Heidi and Spencer, well, that was certainly a unique wedding. Obviously, this couple from the hills, it was taped, it was on a reality show, so they pulled out all the stops for this wedding. She had a gorgeous Monique Lhuillier gown, peacock feathers at the waistline. She looked stunning. You know, it was a true blue California affair, over the top, kind of had all just these crazy details going on. And, you know, I really accredit that to the reality show. So how much of that was their planning and how much of that was all about the show is yet to be seen. I mean, it certainly made for great pictures. It made for a great television show. She looked fantastic, but again, it's sort of the question of what is the whole authenticity, and I'd love to know how much planning they actually had their say in that day. It is one of the legendary gowns of modern day weddings. Absolutely spectacular with the sort of gradation of pink around the bottom. I mean, she was just the essence of a gorgeous feminine bride. Absolutely one of my favorite wedding gowns of, you know, the last sort of decade certainly, but maybe in history it's in my top 10. When we talk about wedding gowns, it's really important that a woman is in touch with, you know, what looks best on her. You really need to know your body and be realistic before you go out shopping for your dream dress. So for a curvy woman with a full bust line, she's got to really consider the neckline of her wedding dress. That's the #1 thing she has to do. First stop, shop for your undergarments before you go out for that dress. So make sure you have a bra that looks great on you, that you're feeling confident in, and that shapes you just the way you need to be shaped and gives your assets just the right look. Look for something with maybe a cap sleeve or a V-neck, something that's really going to flatter, you know, through here, the collarbone, the neckline, and, you know, maybe have a fuller skirt to just sort of balance out the fittedness, but you really need to be careful about proportion. You want to accentuate the positive, but you don't want to hide it. Could she have scaled it back? Probably. That's one thing you need to think about with your wedding look. I mean, I'm all in favor of statement pieces, you know, but she just had, you know, a little too much at the neck, a little too much on the wrists, and, you know, the dress was big, her hair was big, she had a veil on there, you know, it was just a lot of competition. The type of bride that goes for a dramatic train is somebody who really wants to make a statement when she enters into her ceremony. I mean, if you think about it, the back of the dress is actually just as important as the front, because that is what everyone's seeing when she's walking up the aisle. Eileen Higgins is a perfect example of somebody who's making the short veil work. We tend to call this a blusher. And I think it's a really sweet way to incorporate a veil into your look. Now, Eileen's dress is very detailed at the back. She's got like a rosette on one shoulder and there's lots of lace. And, you know, to have a super long, you know, veil trailing down the back would just defeat the purpose of this dress. Personally, my favorite choice for bridesmaids has got to be black. It's universally flattering. You can wear it again. People are going to be comfortable in it. It sort of is that magical color that everybody thinks, you know, conceals the bad stuff and accentuates the positive.